refreshment time, folks.
I'm just gonna go watch a movie.
Do you like scary movies?
I don't watch movies.
I have to return some videotapes.
You have a TV?
No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. Don't need a TV.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me Shell. It's the fucking truth.
Over 1,600 titles, each for rent at just $2 the first night, and only
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
It's a laser disc.
Okay, I want channels 18, 24, 63, 109, 87, and the weather channel.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast with your hosts, Justin and Alec.
Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1. Not really. This is just the start of Year 2.
Yes.
Episode 56.
If this was a comic book, it would be quite an event.
Yes.
Year 2, not Year 1. Year 1 is gone.
Is this our annual?
Pretty much. This is our annual Frog Brothers podcast.
Double-sided issue.
Yeah, it's double-sided. You flip it over. There's a poster on the inside of my dick.
A lenticular, too, at that, so you can see it grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone wants in their life and needs. So
soft, and then to chub, and then to hard.
That's the lenticular. Gets all the stages.
It fulfills my dream of wanting to get an instant erection, as we talked about earlier this afternoon. Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
As you may have noticed, we're still the same assholes we were the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect a whole lot to change besides the scenery.
Yeah, the scenery's going to get good. I'm moving into a place, and I got a bedroom that's dedicated to the Frog Brothers Podcast. And this room is going to be a Christopher Walken impression, apparently. It's going to be like a video store, basically. The Frog Bros videos. So, you can rent.
And comics.
Yeah. Well, there'll be comics, of course, just because.
Well, yeah.
There'll be Fangorias. There's going to be toys and collectibles. There's going to be animation cells. All sorts of cool shit in there. So, we're going to be doing lots of videos in there. Lots of cool stuff coming up this year.
You know what I really miss, though, is like when gas stations used to have like a good magazine rack with some comic books like thrown in there. You could always get like a comic randomly, like if you're on a road trip or
That's where I used to get my Ninja Turtle comics.
Yeah, that's where I used to get occasionally like just some random Spider-Man issues and stuff.
No, that was a grocery store.
That was good.
Their magazine rack.
That's pretty sick. I used to like, I remember one year, my birthday, this is kind of random, but oh, you like that? I getting on you?
Yeah. It smells like plants.
Exactly.
Well,
smells like that flour.
That's what he eats.
Oh, hell yeah, bitch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Smells like
weed every day.
That's my life,
yeah,
baby.
That's the plant it smells like.
Exactly.
That's Alec's life.
So, that's going to be happening. We got a lot of cool shit happening. We're going on a trip next month. We're collaborating with some excellent friends of ours.
Do you just want to announce this now? It's the 1 year episode.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here's a special treat for you. We filmed some of what we're going to be doing already while we are in Iowa.
Yeah.
We went to some film sites of a movie that came out in 1996.
1996, and it's 2021. What could that mean?
The 25th anniversary. I hit the wrong switch, and I couldn't get the
wrong fader.
We're in space. No, but
25 years since the mega hit, natural disaster, action.
My favorite Helen Hunt movie.
Exactly.
Twister came out.
Yes. We love you, Bill Paxton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Jamie Gertz. Ooh, baby.
Did she die too?
No, but I just like thinking about her.
She does. She does leave Bill Paxton. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
I like to think she ran off.
I never meant for any of this to happen. Oh, I know, Billy.
Oh, I know. We both knew this wasn't going to work.
But your dick does look great in those jeans. That's a hint because I'm recording a song for this legendary movie, Twister.
Oh, yeah, we got a dope-ass fucking song.
That's not the only announcement either. It's a hip-hop song, and we're We're going on a little road trip, aren't we, fellas?
Another road trip?
Ooh.
Where on earth could we be going for the 25th anniversary of the movie Twister?
You know, I couldn't help but notice how close on the map we are to Wakita.
No, we are not invading Aunt Meg's house. Not happening.
So we're going down to Wakita for the Twister Museum.
What state?
They're having a little event. It's in Oklahoma.
Oh.
Hey, actually, that's
Oklahoma, where the wind blows sweeping down the plains. I don't know the lyrics to Oklahoma.
Yeah, just kind of
And we've rented out the only Airbnb in the town.
You're goddamn right. And we're going to fucking waffle stomp in their shower. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that.
I was going to say, I don't want to fucking shower in there then. That's disgusting.
Right?
Yeah, it's fucking sick, man.
No, I'm just thinking some weird depraved shit we could do there that...
Are there going to be any special festivities at the local Twister Museum?
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
They're having a 25th anniversary celebration, one day only, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
There's going to be a couple people. Sean Whalen, who some of you may know, some of you may not. You probably know him if you saw his face, for sure. This guy's in a bunch of fucking movies, and he's in Twister.
Yes, indeed.
Although, to think of, what's his character's name? I can't even think of it now.
Oh, God.
I had it off the top of my head yesterday.
You can't think of shit.
Well, he rides with Rabbit. He's the driver for Rabbit, who's the navigator. Once you say his name, we're going to go, oh, fuck, that's his name. Because it's like a nickname, too. I don't even... Sanders? It's Sanders.
Sanders!
This is Sanders! Am I right? Nick is fact-checking us live.
Alan Sanders.
Alan Sanders.
Baby!
Good job, Alec. This is God. You have all the movie knowledge and your penis is huge.
They've got Ian Malcolm. They think he's true trendy. We want Alan Sanders.
Exactly. Oh, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, year two
That's
is
gonna be sweet.
Looking to start off pretty excellent. We do have some special guests we would like to see there, but we won't really announce that just yet. We'll let them do that on their own when they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be down there for this, so it's going to be pretty awesome. You know, they shot a decent amount of this film in Wakita, so we're also going to be visiting other Oklahoma sites nearby. So we got some of the Iowa sites, so it's going to be pretty badass. Like, we've really kind of got this obsession now with hitting film sites, so expect more of that. We're really going to try to do a lot of that, especially around the Midwest, places that not everyone hits. You know, it's real easy to go to New York and L.A. and, like, hit the spots that everyone wants to go to.
Well, we might do that as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we wouldn't, but I'm just saying we're going to do some of the stuff that probably not as many people are going to.
It's going to be sick. And there's going to be videos on the YouTube. So be sure to head over to youtube.com/thefrogbros and hit that subscribe button, please.
Oh, yeah. And if you are listening on the audio format of the podcast, if you could take a moment to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, that would be great. I'm not sure what other podcast providers offer you for rating us, but rate us well, and leave a review. We'd be greatly appreciative.
Do it.
Hell, Alec might even hug you.
Yeah.
When the COVID times are over.
We're also, at some point, we can announce this summer, we're going to be launching a Patreon and some sort of possibly a Facebook group, really just so we can try to get some people in there to talk and interact with us. So look forward to that. We're going to be doing some specials for people who sign up. For the first people who sign up, we're going to be doing some special kits to send them. So
we got a pretty awesome little package that's I think is going to be right up your alley.
Yeah.
Are employees excluded?
It's not as impressive as Bill Paxton's package, but
I mean, if you really want one, we're going to make them. So I'm sure we can make one.
We're all going to get packages.
I'm like,
you're going to get my package.
Oh.
It's like that old Little Debbie ad. It's like unwrap my or open up a.
Depends on the temperature.
Unwrap my package, open up a smile, or whatever that old ad is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, we do have a few shout-outs for year one that we want to kind of throw out there. So, a couple that come to mind would be our friend Edgar. He helped us out with a little web design just out of the fucking blue because he's fucking champion like that. So, and he recently gave me a QR code to help us out. So, Edgar, appreciate the fucking support and backing us up and just fucking taking the initiative to kick ass and help us out. Appreciate that. Thanks, Doctor.
We love you. And just for you, I won't be eating on this episode of the podcast. That's just a special treat for you to give you thanks.
Thanks. And then at Beducci Studios on Instagram, he threw this clever logo together. It's a very cartoonized version of the GB logo that I kind of made the basic of. Mine's very traditional, very basic Ghostbuster style, and he kind of threw his special spin on it and made it excellent. We got some stickers added in today, so it's pretty excellent to see.
It's beautiful.
Those
Thank you for
stickers
that.
turned out great. You can already see the logo, man, but this looks nice on the old...
We're going to have him doing a T-shirt design later this summer as well.
Water bottle, yeah.
Look forward to that.
And pretty stoked on that. And then, obviously...
What is that? What is that on the table over there?
Oh, this?
What is that?
Oh, this?
Huh. That looks very... That's interesting. That looks delicious.
This
I
is
wonder
the,
if someone is about to eat this and could tell us if it was in fact delicious or not.
Now, you see, Edgar, we said that Alec wasn't going to eat. That didn't mean that Nick wasn't going to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Whoopsie!
I can't be held responsible for the actions of my coworkers.
You know what's the most disappointing thing about this for me? Is I can't eat this fucking cereal.
I can't wait to try this cereal I've just opened for the first time.
Goddamn marshmallows have gelatin in them. You're like, it's 2021. You think you'd be able to make a dehydrated marshmallow without using gelatin.
Careful. This motherfucker has like milk all over the electronics here in 5 minutes.
I've been pouring cereal for all my life.
I remember growing up, we had a Nest controller that somebody spilled milk on, and you could like always tell
gross,
the yeah.
Like had I known what I know now, I would have just taken it apart and cleaned it really quick. But we didn't fucking know that then.
You're making me nervous over there pouring liquids.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Sample this delicious cereal.
So I finally found the Ghostbuster cereal here in the Midwest. So if you're in the Kansas City region, it's all over now. I was getting some of the Ben & Jerry's non-dairy ice cream, which the fish food is fucking amazing, which has vegan marshmallow fluff in it. It's fucking... Oh, it's delightful. It's good. And then I stood up and turned around and saw like this Ghostbuster cereal on a random display. It didn't have like the little cute little pop-up display to stack them in. It was just kind of a corner shelf. And I immediately grabbed a stack of 6. And I looked like an asshole when I was in the store because I was just like, 1, 2. I had to get 2 for me, 2 for you, and 2 for Nick.
And what was the only other thing you bought? Like booze?
Yeah.
So you look like a fucking lunatic.
I did, yeah. I bought a couple of the little dollar shot shooters they have at the Hy-Vee there in the liquor store.
Did you buy some oat milk too?
No.
To go with the cereal?
Who drinks oat milk that you know?
I can't eat the cereal. I bought a cereal for collecting and one for the kids to eat. See if
I
they
bought
like
2, and I'm not going to open or eat either one of them. So there you go. That's that.
I'm going to not open my other one.
Yeah, that's what I figured. People collect this stuff. It'll look nice on the shelf.
Season 2. Let's talk about growth real quick. I'm going to attempt... Here's the thing. I'm going to attempt to not burp as much into the microphone. As much. You see me just burp off screen? You see that, folks?
Oh, I appreciate that. That really fucking warms
That's
my
growth.
heart.
What else? What do we got? What are you gonna grow?
What am I going to grow?
How are you going to grow?
I'm going to grow less fat by being more physically active this year.
Oh, there you go.
You going to go to the gym with me?
We're going to go play tennis.
If your name's
We're gonna
Jim,
get some
then
hot-ass
I'm going
tennis
anywhere with you.
outfits.
Yeah, you can watch us play tennis. It's going to be like the Royal Tenenbaums in here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm growing my hair out, too, for it.
And actually, I think he's crying.
See, look at that. Oh, man, if we started like a fucking cover band,
Talk
like
about wacky fucking hair. Look at this shit.
early 90s like fucking music covers, I could totally be in an emo band right now.
Oh,
Hello there, where
I'm not
are
talking
you?
about being in an emo band here.
I could be like Tom DeLonge from 2004.
Look at this. Am I in a fucking emo band now?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, you just look more like you're in the Strokes or some shit.
Right? With the mustache, I look like I'm in fucking Foo Fighters or some dog shit.
Yeah, you do have that Dave Grohl fucking vibe.
Let's push the hair out the way, folks.
No, I think we're really excited to grow the show this year and just kind of see what happens. Year 1, we really just kind of let be organic.
Yeah, we're growers, not showers.
Well, yeah. I mean, not everyone can just show everything off, right? You know? Where's the fun in that?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about being a grower and not a shower...
It is once you grow, it's fucking still bigger than the other people's. It's
well,
like sitting there like fucking...
But you're also protected.
Motherfucker.
You're protected from evildoers. Like anyone that has nefarious plans to try to hurt your gentle tail.
Oh, that's true.
That's like, it's less likely. You're just likely more to get hurt in the scrotum.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at these mini marshmallows.
What do those look like to you, Nick?
Ghosts.
Ghosts? Do those look anything like these adorable little fucking Minipufts all over the box here?
They don't, but that was my segue.
They look like ghosts.
So we briefly mentioned this last week, but...
We should actually shout out a couple more people real quick.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple people who are kind enough to come on our podcast this year.
They
a look back.
I thought you guys did that.
We didn't do all of it yet.
No, all these people humbly joined our show as we were beginning, and like if you listen to the first episode through maybe episode 10, like we were really fucking... just kind of really being way too broad of an audience. We were being really polite too much, and then we just decided like,
welcome.
Fuck it. There's enough podcasts out there that are like, we don't talk about politics. And it's not like we're a political podcast, but we don't hold back when that shit comes up.
Go listen to the Seventh Heaven podcast.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking just be who we are and let it flow, and that's eventually where we got. And
yeah,
there's times where you're probably like, God damn it, I hate this, but there's times where you're probably like, God damn it, I love that.
Exactly.
And we embrace the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, I'm mostly ugly, but it's whatever. I'm good with that.
So,
been ugly my whole life now. I don't expect that to change this year.
You know who our first guest was?
Our first guest
off
was
the top of your head, do you know?
Nathan, correct?
Yes.
Nathan Bartocci, longtime friend.
Yes.
First time guest.
We met in 4th grade. Miss Johnson's class, I believe. Countryside Elementary. Good times. We also had on, not long after, Philip Wilburn. Shout out to him. You should go on Cameo and find him. He does Donald Trump impressions.
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's done a lot of impressions. And
yeah, he does lots of good voices. He's excellent actor, excellent human being. Love that guy.
All around fucking cool dude. Excellent. The type of person you want in your corner in any aspect of life. Just a good person.
Yeah.
So...
and we're going to have him back on the podcast in probably a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. We'll see what happens. We're going to plan that out.
For sure.
Craig Goldberg and Ryan Dole from Yes Have Some Toy Anxiety, who came on and talked Shadows of the Empire with us. That was pretty cool of them. We want to have Jake and Abby on sometime, too.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Maybe we can... Well, yeah.
Maybe we'll figure something out.
So we'll talk about that later.
But while we're doing those shout-outs...
John and Jeremy Urkaba.
Excellent. Yeah, they came out and talked about the art project they worked on together.
October,
which is most excellent. Really still excited to get John's art book in the mail. I know we had a few issues with printing on that, so disappointing, but obviously the artwork is going to be worth the wait, so I look forward to putting that on the shelf next to, the book that Troy Benjamin wrote, the Ghostbusters Ecto Manual. And a shout out to the Yes Have Some podcast and the Interdimensional Crossrip, just because they each took the time to mention us on their show, which, we kind of keep an eye on how things are going out there. And we saw some extra traction and listens after people mentioned that. So I appreciate the love and look forward to collaborating and working with those guys and gals and everyone and seeing what comes up through the new year.
Yep. We're definitely going to have all those guys that we haven't had on. Steve Perry, who obviously is probably not listening to this, but we still wanted to shout him out. He wrote Shadows of the Empire, the book, invented Dash Rendar, who is one of our favorite childhood characters of the Star Wars Extended Universe. So
wrote Real Ghostbusters episode.
Yeah.
He listened to the podcast and still came on the show and was just good with our style, our brand. He was good with that. And that's...
He was funny. He interacted with us great. He was a good time. And
if you haven't checked that one out, please go listen to that one.
Maybe he only listened to the early Polite episodes.
No, because he listened to the one where we did our Marvel movies order, because he referenced something from the episode.
Star Wars order, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was the Star Wars rankings. He was like, I don't hate Solo as much as you guys, but
yeah,
what can you do?
Exactly.
That's funny because we were really brutal in that episode. But what are you going to do?
And the thing that no one ever mentioned on there, which, don't be shy, that's one of the reasons we want to get that group up and running, is because I took a fucking porn parody cover from a Star Wars porn and made that the fucking episode art. And no one noticed that because I also threw shit in there from, Spaceballs and stuff, so people are like, what is that? And I'm just like,
yeah,
somebody has a fucking VHS copy or DVD copy of that porno, and they knew exactly where that's from. They just didn't want to call themselves out like that. So if you own that movie... that's fine. There's no judgments there. Star Wars has a lot of porn parody. I mean, look at all the phallic-shaped objects they have that are really long. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. We need a call to action. If you have any VHS porn, I want you to send it to me for the video store.
Preferably homemade, and label it to Alec with the homemade cover too. Preferably with Polaroids if you have them, and sign your name with a Sharpie.
Mm-hmm. Send me cocaine with that.
Yes.
Pure, uncut.
Colombian cocaine.
Hey, fuck your hazard, okay? We're going to talk Scarface sometime. We need to do that.
Yes.
But, well, I think that's all we got for the news. Oh, well, maybe not.
No, we
got some more things. We want to talk about Screenland real quick? Screenland Armor?
Yes, so our favorite local theater, the Screenland Armor, is doing their outdoor summer shows. So if you're in the Kansas City area,
I think so.
Check it out because the whole fucking thing is amazing.
Would you like me to give some highlights?
Oh, would you like to list off a few of the movies that they will be
These are all
screening?
their backyard movies, right? Where they show outside in the parking lot.
And these are every weekend through May and June. I'm sure they'll have the July and August.
Here's some of my
list later.
favorites. May 1st, Jurassic Park. May 8th, Galaxy Quest, which we were just talking about covering.
May 15th, Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But we will be...
Rushmore will look great outdoors,
Oklahoma
too.
I mean, we'll be busy, but yes, we're going to...
May 22nd, Beetlejuice. May 28th, Little Shop of Horrors. May 29th, Back to the Future. So you got 2 that weekend. Goonies, June 5th.
Rocket Man. Ooh.
E.T., June 12th. Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze,
Clue.
June 19th. Yeah, that's true.
Sandlot, are you kidding
June
me?
25th.
That might work out well.
Yes.
We will be hanging out in their back parking lot a lot this summer.
And hopefully in the indoor
spring,
theaters
I guess.
as well. But speaking of which, Top Gun got moved again, which was looking to be my summer blockbuster, but...
Yeah, I'm bummed about that.
Me too.
I was looking forward to it like, oh, hey, at least we have something at the end of summer, like some big movie to look forward to, and then we can wait a couple months and get Ghostbusters. And now they're like, no, you get both at once! You have to digest them all in the same month.
And everyone's worried, are they going to move Ghostbusters again? You're like, either way.
If they do, they'll move it to October, I think.
If anything, it just says fall 2021. I don't think they'd move it up to like September, but yeah, they could move it up a few weeks to space it out if things are going well. And
what day is it releasing in November? I don't even remember.
11th.
Yeah, the 11th, I want to say. That's
so what day did they move Top Gun to?
I think the week after, the 19th, I want to say, maybe. Or 18th, I guess.
And they might move it a week forward to give it 2 weeks between them, too. I don't imagine they would move it back, obviously, because they would want it further away from that.
Wait, Top Gun's in November now, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just moved that. Where were you at the whole time we just discussed that?
I didn't hear the date.
Oh.
I was reading. My ears turn off when I'm reading.
So speaking of Ghostbusters Afterlife, let's break down this Ecto Mini nonsense. And it's not nonsense at all, because...
Ecto Mini?
Or Stay Puft Mini. Minipufts.
Minipufts is what they're calling them, yeah, so that's...
I've got so many great things on here, right? And this is clearly labeled Ghostbusters Afterlife. All the cutesy little marshmallow guys are on there. Ooh, but I also see a terror dog.
The kids see the little bit of candy, and then they think, ooh, this is candy. I'm having fun.
Little bits of marshmallow stuck in the cereal. There's a terror dog on the box, Munchers on the box, and the Mini Puffs are on the box. So there's lots of good stuff on there. So the cereal is hitting the stores, and just kind of makes sense to give us a tease of what we're already kind of having released.
It's funny though. While we're on the subject of these Mini Puffs, we very much, I don't know. I guess you guys can speak for yourselves, but I loved the new thing. I was very concerned when I started seeing these. You can attest to this. I was very concerned when I started seeing all this Mini Puft marketing until I saw this clip. I was very concerned about it. Like, oh shit, I hope these really aren't in the movie. And it's like, no, they're going to be in the movie. We saw this clip because of the marketing. You knew they released it because they anticipated the cereal coming out and all the other stuff, spoiling it anyway. They're like, well, at least they can see it from the mouth of us first.
Yeah, and the big things I was concerned about seeing those at first, I was thinking, like, are they trying to go the video game route where you have, like, the little miniature marshmallows, but they're, like, the size of dogs? Like, these are so small, they're closer to the size of an actual marshmallow. So I was like, okay, that makes more sense. And then it's very much got, like, Gremlins 80s vibes and things like that. And people were bitching about the CG. I mean, let's face it, there's so much toxic negativity on the internet about anything because people feel like they have to go there and just be toxic because they don't know how to have fun and live a life full of joy and happiness.
Yeah, and I'm calling it now that most people in this community are the same people who rejected Answer the Call are rejecting Afterlife.
I would say, yes, 70% of people that didn't like Afterlife are going to fucking hate this movie too.
Yeah, there's going to be some people for sure that don't. But, I mean, nobody's here to say that Answer the Call is as good as Ghostbusters. But it's still a Ghostbusters movie, and I still like it, and I have a great fucking time watching it.
And no matter your take on that, if Paul had not fucking taken the chance to do that movie and take all the fucking hate and criticism for it, I mean, Jason Reitman himself said it. You paved the way for me to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of balls to go do something like that, knowing that you're going to fucking take an insane amount of asinine criticism. And, you could say that for almost any remake, right? Like, who thinks you're going to do that? But it was different enough, and he didn't want to just retell the same story.
Yeah.
Could it have been different? Yeah, but he still had the gumption to actually get out there and fucking do it. So, applause to that and allowing us to get to this.
Mm-hmm. But I've already seen people going out and buying this Baskin-Robbins flavor, the Jamocha. I actually looked at Walmart myself, but I was like, I don't remember ever seeing that at Walmart, but I bet you could go to a Baskin-Robbins around here and get a carton.
Yep.
Which I'm going to have to do.
And so after we started seeing the Ghostbuster cereal in stores, right, I'm assuming within the next month we'll probably see the Stay Puft branded Campfire marshmallows. And the official packaging reveal they did for that looks fucking money from the movie. It's
S'mores
so
are
beautiful.
canon now, baby.
Yep.
It's pretty sick. I like getting new food editions. When you have a Ghostbusters party, now you're not limited to jars of popcorn and pizza on your face and Chinese food, I guess. There's some other shit in there, but for sure. But Twinkies.
Yeah, Twinkies. Crunch bars.
Yeah, Crunch bars. I like a good Crunch bar, though.
I mean...
Should we make s'mores with the Crunch bars?
That'd be pretty sick. Did you just fucking... I don't know.
Oh, ooh, fuck. You might have to call that the Ghostbusters s'more.
I was about to say, I don't know if you put some... even some peanut butter added to that.
Did they show actual...
Oh, like the people that do the peanut butter cups s'mores instead? Like, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's fucking...
But you could do the Crunch bar and make that, a good crossover
I
reference.
think they do show Hershey's in the...
The new ad does have Hershey's, yeah.
Well, it's funny because if you look at that mini puff laying on the graham cracker, a lot of people think it is a full graham cracker.
Yep.
It's not. It's a half.
As it should be.
Because if you compare it to the size of the chocolate bar, which is 2 rows of chocolate, half a chocolate bar, the chocolate bar is almost the same size. So it is therefore the perspective and angle that you're looking at. It is not a full 2 squares. It's 1 square, like you would actually make a s'more. So I just wanted to correct some internet people on that.
Interesting. When I was photoshopping that the other day, I didn't quite get that. I could see some lines where the graham cracker would split, so...
Well, that's what you thought it looked like. You assumed it to be, and I don't blame you for that because the perspective does make it look like that, but if you compare it to the chocolate size, there's no way.
Looked like they had a full chocolate bar laying on a full graham cracker. Because when I used to eat that stuff, I'd be an asshole, and I would just make a giant one. I'd do the whole fucking bar, like 3 marshmallows.
I have Campfire marshmallows, Hershey bars, and graham crackers in the car.
Oh, you did get the Campfire there?
Yeah. Those are way messier than the Jet Puffed also.
1 row of chocolate, 2.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? This person was doing a thing, and I was like, oh.
Okay, so that does make sense.
It does look like a square in that perspective now?
So the split line we're looking at is actually the line of the short line on the graham cracker.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Okay, I'm good with that.
Should we give a...
Well, I stand corrected, you son of a bitch.
Should we shout out...
How dare you prove me wrong?
Should we shout out the 2 voice actresses that are...
Sure, why not? Since you brought it up, name them, bitch.
There's Shelby H. Young on Instagram. And Sarah _Nato-Chinny. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but
Nato-Chinny.
Pronounce it.
Hey, great. Someone else can butcher shit this season instead of me.
Nato-Chinny.
So from now on, if I don't know how to say a name, I'm going to have Nick do it.
How did you say Vincent D'Onofrio's name?
D'Onofrio or some shit. Terrible. Sounds like you're just like, bleh. Sounds gross.
It's one of those weird things.
It sounded like word vomit when I said it. People are like, are you throwing up in your own mouth? Maybe.
Oh, man.
Maybe.
I think it's time to move on.
Did you show off your stickers?
Yeah, I mentioned the stickers when you shouted out Beducci.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I also want to... Can I?
Go ahead.
My Ectomobile is finally out of the shop today, so it won't be missing the Ectomobile rally that we're having in Wichita. So if anyone has an Ectomobile or wants to see others coming out to Wichita...
People train run through Stubbville.
And our local brewery, our local horror-themed brewery, Big Rip, is releasing a ectoplasm brew.
Yes.
We went out there some odd months ago.
That'll be this Saturday is the release of that, correct?
All this is happening this Saturday.
So if you're a Ghostbusters fan and you're in the Kansas City area, there's plenty of
If you go to that, will you pick me up some?
To do.
I'll pay you back.
They got it bottled, yeah. They should. Justin and I were there for their, what was the last one called? Was it Stay Puffed or?
No,
that
was
something
a different
before.
brewery. We've had several locally.
I don't remember what they did
The
last
Big
time.
Rip we met at the...
oh, yeah, we met him at the Paracon.
Yeah, KC Paracon the year before last, I guess, actually. And they did an Ecto-themed beer.
It's a horror-themed brewery.
Yeah,
So
they
they
do
got
all like horror and sci-fi
posters
stuff.
and
So they always
horror
have
movies going.
Whores.
Whores
Light. Yep.
We go to the same places. God damn, it's like we're two people, very connected.
No, there are two of them.
No, there are two of them.
We'll also be doing the first Comic-Con in a long time in Hannibal, Missouri, which is my hometown, April 23rd and 24th. So if you're really itching for a Comic-Con, you can go to Hannibal, Missouri for Big River Comic-Con.
That's whack.
Now you can talk to Nick if you see him, but Alec and I...
They'll be in process.
Well, we're getting Alec moved the weekend before.
We'll
so
probably
we won't
be back, but we won't be going to that
yeah.
probably, just because we need to... I'll need to be putting my shit together.
And I'm sure you've spent lots of money.
Got my miniature people that weekend.
On
So.
your apartment and you're moving. And yeah, Justin will have his children.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so what do you say we... Well, we had a pretty good episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Episode 4, entitled "The Whole World is Watching."
Yeah.
The whole world saw what someone did to a certain someone at the end of the
That was
episode.
fucking epic, though.
Yes.
Don't tell me you've never thought about someone that's been destructive and bad to your life, like wishing that upon them. Or maybe not that extreme, but you know.
The extreme. No, I get that. There's certain times that you want to decapitate someone's head with a shield.
You know what I love about this show?
No?
Amongst many things. Yeah, you're like, no. People aren't fucking being dickheads spoiling insane amounts of shit like they were with The Mandalorian and even early on with WandaVision. Like
they are doing better for sure.
People have slowed their roll.
Either that or I've unfriended everyone who does that shit.
Yeah, or unfollowed, yeah. Because like the only thing I saw before I watched the episode was like, holy shit, the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode is amazing. And I was like, huh,
Because
okay.
I haven't been watching these at 2 a.m. right when they drop like I did WandaVision.
Yeah,
not because I don't enjoy it, just for very shit going on.
Well, yeah, and
so I'm glad I haven't been spoiled.
If you're not getting internet spoiled, it's way fucking easier not be like, oh god, I got to stay up late and have a fucking weird sleep schedule to check this out. And
yeah. Well, let's break it down a little bit.
Yeah, let's break it down.
This episode opens up in fucking Wakanda.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Or like 6 years ago, I believe.
Well, yeah, Io's there helping out the Winter Soldier there, and basically we see her go through and say the magic words to make Bucky into a unhinged killing machine, and
Which, just for now, I will repeat to you, they are Mecha Lecca High, Mecha Hiney Ho. Just kidding. Obviously, neither of you gets that reference. Pee-wee's Playhouse. Fucking am alone.
I've heard it. I just couldn't remember what it was from.
Yeah,
Mecha
I haven't
Lecca High,
watched.
Mecha Hiney
Some
Ho.
of us haven't watched Pee-wee's Playhouse for some odd years.
No. I mean, I watch it
What's
every
that
night.
little head in the box, right?
Alec
Yeah.
goes to the movie theater with Paul Rubin still, and they have fun. So.
Fuck yeah, I do. Wouldn't you go to the theater with him? It'd be a good time. You could
Probably.
you could jerk each other off that way.
Double Dutch rudder?
You want me to give you a hand job in the theater?
That was just fucking scary and creepy. Never say that to me again. You can say that to Nick all you want,
I've
but
never
look
heard
at
that
him.
impression before. That was pretty good.
Right?
So.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast! That was bad, the last part.
You gotta work on the laugh.
I need to... That one, yeah. Can't do it.
I think the interesting piece is that once you see Bucky cured, like, he just literally sobs. Like, he's so used to, like, fucking not having any control over knowing when someone's going down this route for him. And that's pre-snap, so this is when he's just being sheltered there for everything, and like the current state of Bucky is really having a hard time figuring out who the fuck he is and accepting who he is as a person, and like to see him cry is like, oh, so he's got that there, but he's really, really fucking guarded about who he is currently.
Strong men also cry. Strong men also cry. Big Lebowski? Anyone? I'm alone tonight. Hey! So that, yeah, I like that scene, though, where he's crying and stuff. He's breaking down. Obviously, he's just so fucking relieved and just, like, happy to be free. And she even says that, you are free or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then she basically, it zooms back to where...
Present time?
Yep. And she's like, we're going to take this motherfucker because you know what he did. And he's like, listen, I appreciate what you're saying and I get it, but also we need him right now. And she's like, fine, bitch, I'll give you 8 hours.
Yeah, she gives him a fucking 8 hours, and she's fucking true to her word.
Mm-hmm.
We find out, which is amazing.
They mentioned the Patch Act, which I don't remember exactly what it was.
There's a lot going on in there.
Donya Madoni is the refugee that died. They have the funeral for, where Sam goes and talks to her.
And we start getting a little bit more of Carly's perspective. Just we understand like that this woman obviously mothered and fostered a lot of people and helped them through the snap, the post-world snap, where people were trying to figure out who they were, what they were doing and stuff. Because obviously there's people displaced, and then, or I think after the snap too, is when people were displaced completely again by all the population coming back, where there was an abundance of resources, natural materials for everyone, and all of a sudden everyone's fighting to survive again.
Yeah. They're trying to get info at this place early on, and they're having no luck. And then Zemo's out there giving candy to kids like a fucking creepster, but it works, and he gets the connect from a little kid that lets them go to the Donya Madoni like funeral, basically.
And he's got two things to his advantage, right? The other two are kind of recognizable as Avengers, so they don't really want to be, even the kids don't really want to speak to him.
And Zemo's fucking brilliant and manipulative as hell.
Well, Zemo's brilliant and manipulative. He also has a European accent, too, so he doesn't look like as much of an outsider there, so he blends in. And then the one thing, like, you keep waiting to find out when Zemo's really going to try to double-cross these motherfuckers and get away, because he says, like, don't trust these people or they're with me. But then later on, they go meet up with that girl again to get into where they're going to do that, and he has them in tow. So, like, you're still trying to figure some of that out. Like, what is going on here?
There's one point in this episode where you're almost like, holy shit, Zemo is way less selfish than fucking Walker.
Absolutely, yes.
Like, when the serum thing happens and you see, like, you were even sitting there like, holy shit, is Zemo about to take the serum? And then he's like, fuck no. Yeah, they did that on purpose to make you think, oh, is he going to do this? And then he crushes him. So then when you see Walker approach them, you're like, oh, it has happened. It's on.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the crazy thing, because you see Zemo smash all those vials after that fight with Carly and everything, and like he looks at it like, do I take this to get revenge, or do I hold true to myself and what I believe is right, that super soldiers should not exist at all? And he holds true to his moral compass. Like, he's fucking still dead set on super soldiers shouldn't exist. And which there's the interesting piece, because even Sam asks him, like, so what about Bucky? And, like, they don't really say much, but I think Zemo realizes, like, yeah, that's one, and he's generally kind of been manipulated, so if anything, like, he understands him a little bit better, because he actually even helped manipulate him, right? So there's some process to that even he doesn't completely hate Bucky, because he was able to use Bucky to execute part of his plan.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like a pet, right? So it's like almost like there's a respect, but there's not like I don't know if you want to say like love or anything, but he does not hate Bucky at all. Like, he does not hate him for that. Like, he knows Bucky was used by everybody, including him.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting to see all that.
Fascinating for sure.
But did he smash all of the vials?
He smashed all but one.
Yeah,
before
Walker
goes and...
Yeah, we see Walker go find that last
before
one.
He finds that, though, or does he find that before all the shit happens? He does.
Yeah, he finds it pretty quick after that, I think.
He finds it, and then, is that when Battlestar dies?
So during that scene, right?
Yeah, he's got it in his pocket during the battle, which is, I was like, did that break?
Oh, he has it in the pocket when they're talking at the airport too, and he's talking about Battlestar about it, and he's like,
yeah, because that question
we
comes
could have
up
saved
earlier.
a lot of people's lives in Afghanistan if we had this serum. Would you take it? And he's like, yeah, hell yeah, I would.
And the beauty of that is, like, you get to see the two perspectives, because they paint that picture earlier when Zemo asked Sam about that, and Sam is just like,
no,
yeah, And I think Zemo has a lot of respect for him, too, because he realized, like, this man has a lot of respect. He's fighting for things, but he wouldn't take that. So I think you really kind of come to understand why Zemo is not as angry or as vengeful with these two particular Avengers as he could be, because he has every right to be based on everything that went down.
Yeah.
But he sees Sam for someone that still has a moral ground. And, they talk about how, like, even Steve Rogers was the only person that hasn't fucking lost their mind and become a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
After taking the serum. Like, everyone else has kind of, like, lost their way.
Even though, well, Bucky, is an exception to that, too, but he's a different case because he was obviously under a fucking control of the shit, so it's different. But
and we're still seeing his journey unfold, right? He's still dealing with the trauma, all that.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you see Walker have that conversation with Battlestar, and they both are like, fuck yeah, I'd take that in a fucking heartbeat.
And you can understand everything that happens after this episode if you just go back to the one line in Captain America, the First Avenger, the very first one, where the doctor says something like, all of your attributes will be amplified, basically.
Yes.
Goodness becomes greatness. Evil becomes fucking vengeful, fucking violent assholery. So you get to really understand.
They're still very on brand for that, right? And you're really seeing that, okay, Walker, he may be a hero, and he said he resented all the medals he got because all the people that died that day and what they could have saved and all that. And so, like, he's another one of those classic villains that feels justified in their own mind, but unlike Zemo, like, where Zemo's just trying to make the best of the situation, Walker's, like, fucking insanely greedy. And so after Battlestar dies, like, you really see him fucking go roid rage.
Yeah, and then he loses his shit and chases that guy down, who earlier had a very good speech in the graveyard with Carly, pretty much about, like, they're fucking shit up, but, like, they're actually trying to do the right thing, kind of like we are, but they're misguided, like we...
It's everyone, right? When you're in a battle like that, to each side of war, right? And as Americans, we forget that. Like, you're always... war propaganda teaches you to realize that you're right, your side's right, no matter what. And there's always people on the other side fighting for the same thing. Food, shelter, basic necessity. And you forget these things.
The bare necessities.
The simple bare necessities. Don't worry about your worry and your strife.
So then Walker beats that guy to death with his shield at a fountain in public with a lot of people watching and taking pictures and taking notice.
Carly included. Like, she's kind of in the crowd, and somehow Walker doesn't see her over there, but he just fucking brutally mangles another super soldier with that
And then
shield.
he kind of looks around and he says,
I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet.
Yeah. Guess you aren't ready for the evil Captain America.
Exactly. No, that was a great fucking episode, though.
And just the way it ends, you're like, holy fuck, what's going to go on now? And, like, you just see him there, and, like, he shows off that shield, and it's just fucking covered in blood and, brain matter or whatever else.
Yeah. Like, you can clearly tell that it's kind of insinuating that he would have really just chopped the guy's head off with his shield, but this is also a show that we have to show for maybe not children, but children.
Well,
So,
yeah, you've got to make it within reason, right?
It has to be able to be watched by at least a 12-year-old. I mean,
like,
fuck.
if you've seen a Tarantino movie, you know exactly how Tarantino would show that fucking head roll. Just imagine that, and that'll be satisfying enough for it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably get a fucking in-view shot of the head rolling. Like, you'd be in perspective of the head rolling.
And the great thing is, though, is, like, once Carly realized, like, he's had the serum now, she feels like she really fucked up.
Yeah.
And you get the, what's the other guy's name that we haven't seen yet?
Power Broker?
Yeah, the Power Broker. We get, like, him, like, threatening everybody still just kind of in the background. So we've got, 2 episodes left, so we're going to see some of him. But
I think in the comics, he gets the serum from the Power Broker.
Oh, okay.
And then he owes the Power Broker, like, he's in his debt almost for a minute, so...
Nice.
It's an interesting just that it's different, It's cool.
The one thing we can't forget, though, is why he wants that serum once he gets there, because the Dora Milaje fucking whoop his ass.
Oh, yeah.
In front of everybody, and, like, Zemo, like, goes to the other room and kind of, escapes.
They weren't even super soldiers.
Yeah, they weren't even super soldiers. And I love their line about, like, where the Dora Milaje are, is where their jurisdiction is. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's so fucking, like, powerful, because, like, these Wakandans, like, we've fallen in love with, like, their portrayal of these characters. They're strong, they're smart, they're fucking calculated. They fucking handle the stress well, and they whoop everyone's ass, right? And then I loved it when they fucking turned Bucky's arm off and it falls to the floor.
Oh, yeah, that was fucked. He's like, I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah. So, and for a minute there, I was like, fuck, what's he going to do? And then you realize it just reattaches, but you're like, shit, that's, you don't want to be on their bad side, obviously, if they have a way to disarm you like that, so.
Let us know what you thought of that episode, because it's getting good. There's only 2 left. I watched a teaser that Disney released. Have you seen this?
I didn't get to see that yet, no.
I watched it. The big thing from it that I gather, it's a lot of the same footage we've already seen, but at the end of the clip, there's Falcon in his gear, Winter Soldier in his gear, and Captain America standing in his gear, and they're like basically telling him, you need to give that shield up, motherfucker. You're done. And he's like, it's not your decision. They're like, it is. And then it's kind of like that anyway. And he says something else like, you don't want to do this. Or are you sure you want to do this or something? He says that to Sam. And then it just cuts to Bucky. And he's like, we want to do it.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, oh, shit, I guess so.
Yeah, and the thing is with Bucky, I mean, he's already a super soldier, right? So there's already an even match. And then you add, Sam's wit in mind to that, and those two.
For
and
sure.
I think this is really going to what's going to help Sam and Bucky, like, become pals and, like, really have that respect for each other that they've been struggling for the entire episode.
Yeah.
Or the entire series. And not that they don't have it, like, there's a mutual respect there right now, but it's just more like we've got to get to the result more than, like, we've got to work together. So,
yeah.
Really looking forward to see how this series wraps up and what these next 2 episodes do.
Well, tonight we got a little bit of a news segment here that's going to be run by Nicholas over here. So,
let us know in the comments, though, if you think Nick should be promoted back to producer or not after this segment. We'll see how he handles it.
Always have been.
I mean, you haven't really produced shit.
It's the first time you've done anything.
I'm going to hit the intro button for you, buddy. You ready?
Okay.
Wrong one.
Whoops.
We're going to start the podcast over, folks.
Welcome to America's favorite game show, Frog Brothers Movie Trivia. Let's meet our contestants. One is a cable guy from Booger Hole, West Virginia. Say hello to Justin.
I'm not from West Virginia.
He's
Jesus Christ. Do you think I'd commit suicide by now?
And he's a homemaker from Intercourse, Pennsylvania, and our returning champion. Say hello to Alec.
That's correct.
Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
And
those are all facts, folks.
Those are all real cities, too. Booger Hole, West Virginia. And I'm your host, Nick.
Bliss.
Let me see
See
here.
these cards?
They're not visible.
Mm-hmm. Get really close to the camera. So
your Nuva ring light's too bright.
No, I tried it with that off, too. It didn't matter.
That was a birth control joke.
Oh, didn't hear it.
Okay. Thanks for playing, Nick.
What do you got for us? We're doing some trivia?
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
To believe you.
I guess we both have to, like, write an answer down, don't we?
No.
Are we just going to say things?
First one to say it.
First one to say it? What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, it's like buzzing in, but we don't have a buzzer.
You didn't think this through very well.
Yeah.
It should be like we both write an answer, like Jeopardy.
Yeah, shouldn't we both write answers down and you grade at the end?
No.
Yes, I don't want to do it the other way.
Because you can't both get the points.
Well, that doesn't make
it's
sense.
It's the first one to buzz in.
We're equal.
We don't have buzzers.
Well, raise your pins or something. I'll see the first one to do it. And I'll be like, and I'll call you. It'll be like buzzing.
Right? I'm just going to stab myself in the neck in the segment.
With my prison shank.
I'm just going to say it. I'm not raising shit.
Yeah, I should be able to hear who says it first. No big deal. There was no budget for buzzers, so. All right, for 100 points. In episode 47, we reviewed Inner Space. What profession did Martin Short's character, Jack Putter, have? I thought this one would be really easy.
I don't fucking remember this shit.
Yeah, no. Hold on. Give us a minute here.
No, we can't do that. We'll get flagged.
No, it's only if you use the real music.
I know. Do you want multiple choice? I didn't do multiple choice for this one, but I guess I can.
May as well.
Oh, he worked at the grocery store.
Ding, ding, ding. At Safeway.
Yeah,
grocery
okay, I remember that now because I remember getting him getting all butthurt about it.
I remember that now you say that.
Yeah, I was like having to think about it.
All right, 100 points goes to Justin.
Think, McFly. Think.
Fan favorite producer Nick Ryan first appears in which episode?
Number?
Mm-hmm.
It's we're not going to know that.
I'll give multiple choice. I do have multiple choice for this.
Let's see. What was that?
Give us the multiple choice.
A, 28. B, 29. C, 27. Or D, 30.
C, 27.
Justin?
30.
It was B, 29.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's a dumb fucking question. Are you kidding me? I knew these were going to be garbage.
This is why Alec was hesitant.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's trying to do the Wayne's World thing.
Sphincter boys, huh?
Sphincter boys. A sphincter says what? You want me to say sphincter?
You want me to say what? Like I don't get it.
For 200 points, in episode 6, Frog Brothers reviewed Mom and Dad Save the World. The rebels, led by Keen... I can't even read my own
You can't even
handwriting.
read your own handwriting? That's embarrassing.
By the Keen's son, Cirque, dressed as what kind of creature to hide from Emperor Todd Spengo's forces?
Those little penis mushrooms?
No. They don't dress as the penis mushrooms, no.
They dress as one of those fish bitches. I don't fucking know, man. Like,
I
what
have
the
no
fuck
idea
kind
what
of
the
questions
fucking
are
animals
these?
are in there. Like, I don't even think they say what they are, do they? Do they even tell you what that species is, or did you read the
They're
credits?
just 6 foot tall birds. They're dressed as birds. And he's like, do you have 6 foot tall birds on your planet?
You're talking... That question did not describe anything that happened in the second half of the movie to me. I was thinking way earlier in the movie, not even thinking about those people.
No,
Yes,
the rebels.
Like, now that you mention, I barely
You call them the
remember.
rebels. I'm not thinking of those people.
Oh, my God. No points awarded on that one.
You're fired.
Oh, yeah. You didn't play the applause earlier.
No. I'm just going to manipulate it now.
In episode 17's Rumpelstiltskin, the titular character is portrayed by which Star Trek Deep Space Nine actor? A. Rene Auberjonois. B. Armin Shimmerman. C. Max Grodenchik.
Max Grodenchik. That's it. C.
Yeah, Max Grodenchik, yeah. His
Points
name's
go to Alec.
Oh, my God. I got a question. I could have told you that his name was Max, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you his last name. I knew it was Max.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah, because it's on the box art. I think you see it.
Remember me? I'm Max's hand.
In episode 5's Clifford, principal photography was done in 1990 despite the film being released in 1994. In what year were the bookend scenes of Clifford as an old priest with Ben Savage filmed?
93.
Correct.
Yeah, the year before the fucking release, or they
I
have
was
time
going
to
to say,
edit?
that's deductive
Go
reasoning
ahead.
for me.
Yeah.
I don't know that
It
to be
doesn't have to be
fact.
super difficult.
They blow goats. I have proof.
For 300 points, true or false? The video game Demonic featured in episode 4's Grandma's Boy was to be an actual game released on Xbox 360.
False.
Incorrect. It's true, but the game was canceled because the production company ran into financial problems.
Well, that was a dumb idea of theirs.
No points awarded there. In the trailer for Ghostbusters 2, who says the line, "Better late than never"?
Cheech Marin.
Eh.
The trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's okay. God damn it.
Do you want multiple choice? A. Dan Aykroyd, B. Ernie Hudson, C. Cheech Marin, D. Bill Murray.
Ernie Hudson.
It's Bill Murray.
In the trailer? I don't think I've ever fucking seen that version of the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, neither do I. He's just making shit up. These men have no penis. This motherfucker is sleeping in the same place that we are, so when you wind up with a dick in your face...
I was told to put these on the cards even though I'd already done it. So. For 500 points, in episode 37's Christmas Vacation, Clark W. Griswold takes out his frustration over the lights on the plastic decorations in the front yard. Chevy Chase broke this finger in the process.
Oh.
Chevy Chase broke this finger in the process.
Middle finger. I don't
Pinky
fucking
finger.
know. Are you kidding me?
Correct.
It's on the hand. It's the weakest finger.
Yeah, but what kind of a fucking question? What kind of a questions are these? These are garbage.
IMDb question.
I didn't put a lot of time into this, so.
Yeah. He's like,
literally, you could have just
when I got here tonight.
These are good trivia questions.
Okay.
They're not supposed to be, like, obvious. Come on.
It's not that they're not obvious, but it's just that they're bizarre to me. I don't know. Keep going. Keep going.
Exactly. I didn't want them to be. In episode 29's Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. This film has the distinction of holding this record in the franchise. A, longest runtime. B, most screen time for Jason. C, most kills.
C.
Or D, most nudity.
D, most nudity.
I don't think there's any nudity. Longest runtime. Final question.
What? You got a whole stack of cards there. Why is this the final question?
He told me to do 10.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember telling him this, by the way.
Yeah.
He claims I told him to do
He's making
10.
shit up over here.
I have it in Messenger. I can show you.
Oh, God.
In episode 33.
What did I say? I don't know. Like 10?
No, he just said 10. In episode 33's Point Break, Johnny Utah became an FBI agent after a knee injury, ending his football career. This mirrors Keanu Reeves' real life after a knee injury led him to become an actor instead of this.
A professional golfer.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just being an asshole.
Alec, do you have an answer?
Who gives a fucking shit?
That's my answer.
Yep.
Boo. Play the boo.
I don't have a boo.
No. Hockey player.
Oh, so it's more like Happy Gilmore.
Justin wins with 600 points.
I'm immensely disappointed in you.
Why?
Producer rank not given. You are on this podcast, but we do not grant you the rank of producer.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that was
won.
a lot of fun.
I don't know if I'm proud of my win or not, but I won.
You should be. You got a good one.
Well, no, because your game show doesn't even make sense. Like, each question is randomly just worth more points, and they're not any difficulty levels or anything. It's just random fucking shit.
Yeah, he just has
There was
random values.
not
on
even a
there.
parody of a specific game show or anything. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We can work on it. It's close, but we're
very close.
We got to do something there.
I had limited time and budget. Come on.
You had unlimited budget.
I did it during lunch.
The internet's free.
Well, I guess it's time for the old
Top 5?
Yeah, the top
Top 5. 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 Top 5.
This is top 5.
What are we doing top 5 this week, huh?
The top 5 collectible purchases since the podcast began last April.
Does it have to be collectibles?
Toys, collectibles, or anything you bought, really, I guess.
Okay.
I mean,
But
really, it's collectibles, yes. It doesn't
nobody
anything
wants to-
bought. You know, like, don't tell me your toilet paper or something fucking
Or your
dumb.
fucking fleshlight collection.
Hey, a year ago, it was quite the prize to have toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's not a collectible.
A lot of people were collecting them.
You called home. I bought a bidet lid.
Well, who's going first?
Justin.
Yeah, so my number 5 is the Star Wars Shadows of the Empire line that I've been buying over the last year. It's pretty cool. It's a vintage line, so it's one of those things where I'm not buying brand new, so I've had to actually do some hunting for it online, kind of look around, find some deals. The only thing I'm still missing, though, is the Slave 1.
You can't see these, can you?
Did you already have some of them, though?
No.
You didn't own any at that point?
No, I started buying these last year after talking about it with Alec, and then it was like kind of one of those things I started collecting.
But you had them as a kid?
Yeah, I had a bunch of them as a kid. Alec has my original Outrider.
Oh, that's
part of it.
Well, he straightened it.
Yeah, exactly. My number 5 is also Shadows of the Empire line. I don't really have much else to say about it other than the things you already said.
What are you missing from that line yet?
The Slave one, and I need another Boba Fett versus IG-88 in package because I opened mine because it was in fucked up shape.
Nice. What's your number 5, Nick?
The Shadows of the Empire line.
The fuck did you buy from the Shadows of the Empire line?
Nothing. I put the Kenner line re-release of the Ghostbusters, real Ghostbusters.
Okay, that's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
And I got them all with Who You Gonna Call on them.
So do we.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my number 4 is the real Ghostbusters Hasbro re-releases.
Well, this is exciting, folks.
Yeah, this is real top-notch quality content for you. Is that yours too?
No, my number 4 is the Twin Peaks VHS complete set of the original series.
Why haven't we been watching these on VHS?
Because there's no VCR here.
No.
I have a VCR in the garage.
In the fucking garage. That's a great place for it.
Well, why would the fuck would we watch a VHS on a fucking widescreen
Why
TV?
would the fuck would you have a VHS if you're just going to store it in the garage? I don't know.
Longevity?
Longevity? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you going to do with that?
I don't have a tube TV to play it on right now.
Are you ever going to?
Eventually. Want to have more space?
No, that's one of my favorites. I had a lot of VHS that I picked up last year, so I could have just said my VHSs, but I mean, I wanted to be specific.
You're going to have a VCR in the new studio?
Yes, there's going to be a TV that has a VCR built into it, actually.
Don't forget, send your homemade porn tapes to Alec.
Yes.
Could be you, could be your parents, could be your grandparents, could be your neighbors.
Could be your wife.
Just don't send them any snuff. That's illegal.
Your dog and cat.
Yeah, unless it's called Videodrome.
Yeah, no child stuff either. None of that weird shit. It's got to be legal consenting stuff.
You don't have to specify that.
Yeah,
The
you
fact
do.
that- no, specifying that makes it weird. You're pointing it out now.
Well, there's
it's like
fucking
in
people
This
out-
Is the End when they point out that they shouldn't rape Emma Watson. They shouldn't have pointed that out.
Yeah, but I'm just saying this because there's people out there that would just send you that stuff being like, what?
Somebody's going to listen
Oh,
to
the
this at
internet.
the wrong moment. Somebody just like was reading a text and they listen now and they're like, what the fuck happened? Where did this podcast go?
To hell.
Pretty much. The Frog Bros go to hell. What's your number 3, Nick?
I think Dan Aykroyd wrote that script.
Are we at number 3?
We're at number 4. Just fucking go.
I put the Spengler wand.
Did you get one?
Mm-hmm. I bought it in Springfield.
Oh, that's
Or not Springfield, but on our way to Springfield.
I got 2.
So do I.
Because we stopped at a random GameStop on the way, I think.
One's sitting in a box and one is on my pack.
I had a hard time remembering everything I bought over the last year.
I had to look at my eBay purchases for one. That was very helpful.
That's fucking amazing.
Isn't
I
it?
love that.
Just
Yeah.
going back and look through all. Oh, hey, that's cool. I bought that. It's in a box somewhere.
I'm going to change that to my. I'm sorry, because I just thought of it. I'm going to change mine to the Super Mario collection from Jack's Pacific.
Nice.
I bought pretty much almost every figure and playset that they have over the last year. So
pretty cool.
That's
I
awesome.
forgot about that. That's definitely my number.
Yeah, and that line doesn't get as much love as you would expect.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty cool.
Because even the Facebook groups for it don't really talk a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty regular releases too.
And that was like all part of the 35th anniversary of Mario. So.
Well, it started before that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a big year for it. Lots of releases.
What's your number 3, Justin?
My number 3 is the NECA Back to the Future line. Specifically, getting that first Marty McFly figure was like
sexy.
Fucking waiting so long for that to finally happen, and you're like, yeah, that's real fucking nice. Feels real special. I just feel like the world was a fucking terrible place before those, but it still is though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just slightly less terrible to have some cool collectibles.
Fucking thing sucks!
The world?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 Spectral Real Ghostbusters set.
Oh, very nice choice.
Where they, it's from the episode Citizen Ghost.
Yeah, I got. When did I get that?
I bought it last year off eBay.
I got it before a year ago, so.
I really like that set. It's really fucking cool. Comes with a Stay Puft and a Terror Dog too.
What's crazy is you can get it for less than retail at like GameStop and shit.
Yeah.
Or online. I don't know why it's so
I don't know why
cheap.
that set is cheap. You'd think it would not be.
It looks awesome in its packaging, too. I almost don't want to open it. I still haven't, but I probably will eventually.
I have, just because that's a set that you can put them back in if you wanted to.
Because it's got that big window that opens. And
I'm going to open those up and display them for sure. They're one of my favorite figures.
Thinking about tracking down the one where they're all slimed, but you could already have Peter if you have the whole collection. So,
So that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
The one I just got in Des Moines, the Walter Peck Matty collector with containment unit.
Oh yeah.
For retail price.
That was fucking steal. That was
yeah,
good.
I was actually
instead of 60.
You're just
yeah. I'm glad you
so
didn't
glad
spot
that you spotted that.
It was behind the glass,
because I would have been like,
it was behind the glass. It wasn't even sitting up. It was laying down, so I almost didn't even see it. But
I saw the other Walter Peck, but I don't have any Diamond Select figures hardly. I have a Gozer. That's
this one's the Matty collector.
That's
one.
what he's saying, but he's already got a few of them.
I have a decent amount of the Matty ones, so that's why I would want that one.
This one's awesome because it comes with the containment unit. Because I already got the Diamond Select pack, but.
Yeah, the only thing I ever got from the Diamond Select series was a couple of ghosts. I got the Library Ghost and Gozer, the Slimer, just stuff that they didn't ever have like a proper release for in the Mattel line.
Did you get the Taxi Driver?
I thought I did, but I didn't have it in my collection, so maybe I looked at it and just passed it over.
I really like Diamond Select's Ghostbusters line.
I fucking hate the way the paint jobs look. I don't know why.
I don't like the articulation in the middle of their abdomen.
Yeah. That's what everybody complains about.
Very obvious, but
it's actually...
No, I know.
It's good for display purposes
and
posability.
But that's my only complaint about it visually.
Yeah.
Really.
Very nice. So my number 2.
Number 2.
Is all the Twister stuff I bought lately. And I just say Twister because it's kind of like collecting. So I've got the Making of Twister book. I got a copy of the script that Michael Crichton wrote, which is drastically different than the movie, which is pretty cool. I got the Cinefex of that. Then I've also got the Blu-ray and VHS of, or not Blu-ray, but I already had that. The Laserdisc and the VHS of that.
There's a movie on there.
Yeah. So the Twister stuff. It's 25th anniversary. It's a good time to be buying that stuff, and I've just gotten that in the last couple months, so it's pretty cool.
Pretty slick. Well, my number 2 is the Real Ghostbusters animation cells that I bought. I bought 3 of them so far, and I need a Winston. I have an Egon, a Peter, and a Ray, and they're in basically street clothes instead of their outfits.
Oh, yeah.
So I want a Winston like that, and that's the only reason I haven't bought a Winston, because I haven't found one where he's in street clothes as opposed to his gear.
You gifted me one of those, too, as well, and I need to frame that so I can get that placed up.
Yeah. I gifted you, what is it, Egon?
I think so. I do believe so. So what's yours, Nick?
I put specifically the Friday the 13th Jason figures from NECA.
Nice.
But NECA in general, I bought quite a bit.
You bought a fucking shitload of NECA last year.
Of NECA.
I bought a decent amount. I bought a lot of the Gremlins line, all of the Back to the Future line. I bought a Friday the 13th replica mask. I bought a...
How is that?
It's good. It
how many tuning
it doesn't fit on your head very well, so it's not wearable like that at all. But you could put it on, like I had a Dracula busk that I put it on.
Unless you're doing Jason Goes to Hell, and then his head's like way bigger. Anyway.
That's not what I mean. It fits your face well, but like it's very uncomfortable. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like
the elastic band's not adjustable.
It feels like shit. Yeah. Well, it's just also the mask doesn't have anything on the underside of it, so it's just pushing on your face really fucking hard, and it's just ugh.
Yeah.
But it's a sick prop, and I also bought like a bunch of other Friday the 13th. I bought a bunch of that stuff. So,
Toonie Terrace was part of the NECA stuff too,
yes.
man. NECA was getting a lot of fucking money last year.
Oh yeah.
For the new toys.
I took advantage of the Target's 25% off there for a while.
That was a pretty cool deal they had, yeah.
Got a whole bunch.
So my number 1.
Number 1
was the Plasma Series Ecto 1.
That's your number 1. Mm-hmm. I thought about putting it on my list, but
that's pretty cool, man.
I did too.
I was really happy with seeing that, and it was so nostalgic because I hadn't rebought a Kenner Ecto 1 like even after getting the figures, and that was before they announced that they're going to do that one. And so I was like, just so excited to see that packaging. I know the scale is off for the other stuff, but the amount of detail they put into it, even though it's smaller, there's just something that like takes you back to pure childhood joy of seeing something so well done.
Yes.
And granted, there's a lot of complaints. People are like, it doesn't have lights, it doesn't have this. Yeah, you can touch up and paint it all however you want.
Yeah.
But overall, man, like as just a product release, like that's really fucking cool. I can't wait to get that on display somewhere.
Well, my number one is the Extreme Ghostbusters line stuff that I bought.
You fucking knocked it out of the park with that. You got the Proton Pack.
I got the Proton Pack. I got a sweet-ass deal on it, too. It's complete, but there's no box. Well, actually, there is a box, I think. Like the inner box, not the sleeve, I don't think, but it's a white box. And then I have the Ecto 1 I bought as well from that line, which is like probably 80-90% complete. Yeah, there's like one or two things I'm missing still, but it looks complete to the naked eye. And it's in great shape. And I put batteries in it, and it works. Lights and sound's great. And then I bought 8 out of 12 of the figures. I still need 2 of the Ghosts and the Deluxe Egon and Roland. But
you still need the trap, too.
Well, yeah, the trap.
Yeah, the role play, the trap, yeah.
But, yeah, that's a little bit harder to find, too.
Getting most of that stuff. It's just like collecting in any line. Like, you can find that stuff if you want to pay an ungodly amount for it, but if you want to find a deal on it, you got to be a smart shopper.
I'm always looking up Extreme Ghostbusters on eBay.
Yeah.
And I could easily resell this Ecto 1 that I bought for maybe $70. I could resell it for probably $150 in the shape that it's in because...
Oh, for sure. Easily.
Shitty ones that are stained and have nothing go for like $70. Same with the Proton Pack. It's crazy that I got that for how cheap I did, so... That's my number one. Nick, what is your number one?
I putting together and attaching the roof rack to my Ecto 1E.
That was a pretty fucking cool project.
Yeah, that counts as a collectible, technically, yes.
I had a lot of the parts for a long time, but just putting it together and getting it up there. Yeah.
And then trial and error on a few things. That's good.
Still got to get it wired, though. Which that money just went to fixing the goddamn car itself. So.
Yeah. That's the joys of life. I do have a couple honorable mentions I wanted to shout out. One would be the San Diego Comic-Con Dennis Nedry Barbasol can exclusive. I did get one of those, which is pretty slick. I like that one a lot. And obviously the Spengler Neutrino wand or Neutrino wand, whatever you want to fucking call it, depending on the brand or whatever.
Neutrona is canon.
It's after I modded that, I'm really fucking happy with it. I got 2 of them. I got one still in box just for future purposes. But it's good to have that on there, and like I'm thinking like I still might just be able to throw that up in the display room.
You put more realistic tape on it, right?
Yeah, I put a better grip on there, more realistic tape, put a real clippered valve on there, did some touch-ups to the paint, and...
you can find our videos on that on our YouTube.
Actually.
We have 3 Spengler mod videos, Spengler wand mod videos, and we also have a walkie mod video.
Yep.
And we're going to do another Spengler...
we're going to do Alex Wand here soon, and especially as we start getting closer to the movie release date, we'll start working on that, but definitely want to get his done. I also did a real button on the end next to the hat light, which the hat light is the mode changer for the video game stuff, which is kind of silly because they could have put a real button next to it, but some of the things in that were like amazing, and then some things were like, what?
Yeah.
They did a great job of reproducing like all the dents and parts of it that were beat up, but then some of the stuff they didn't actually replicate exactly. So that's why it's an honorable mention, because there's enough things that were off about it. I was like, yeah, I had to put a lot of work into that to get it where I really fucking loved it. So, any honorable mentions for you kids?
Well, it was cool that they released it.
I got that. I got a bunch of different Alf stuff. I got an Alf mask for cheaper than it originally went for in the 80s. It was like an $80 mask. And it's like, I bought it for maybe $40 or something. I had to do some repairs on it because it has real hair and it's a latex mask.
You know what you can do, though?
I got an Alf autograph and Paul Fusco autograph.
If you want the hair to stay on there forever, you can do like that dumbass did and use some Gorilla spray adhesive on it.
Right.
That fucking hair won't come off. Guarantee it. I got a spray bottle of that in the garage right now.
Let's put it on my pubic hairs.
Mat it down, give you a part.
Yeah, exactly. Well, give it, a permanent part, because I part it every day when I comb it.
Oh, yeah? What else did you do?
Part it to the side, though.
You do a comb over like Donald Trump?
Well, no, it's just like my hair is up here, like that side part right there.
Nick, did you have anything that you had an honorable mention?
The only thing I can think of is plasma figures from Ghostbusters, and
The thing-
the
had one
Power
that
Rangers
was
Morpher that I bought.
Oh, that
Hand
was
Morpher.
fucking cool.
Yeah, with the real metal coins and shit.
Yeah, some of the prop style stuff is really fucking amazing, and I've found that I've got so many toys now it's going to be harder to display, and like I'm at a crossroads of like I'd really love some more stuff that are prop like so I can have that like in a movie room. No, I still love the toy room concept and all that, but I just don't have the space for it here at the moment. So
Yeah.
like it's always like, oh, I got so much money just stuffed in cardboard boxes around here, and it's really frustrates me.
Oh, Justin is in what Yes Have Some refers to as space danger when it comes to toys. He's in negative space danger.
I'm in negative space danger because all I have, I can see a couple of toy cars out.
You're displaying like 10% of what you have, if that.
This is like 3% probably. Yeah. And it's not even really displayed. It's just kind of clustered around here right now. So.
Well, some of it's not bad, like that. The
tops of
the
my
painting over there
bookcases and
that
things,
Jake did, and then the hoverboard and Batman doesn't look bad over there. Some of that stuff looks good the way you have it.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's time for our concluding segment of the day.
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.
Diane, 11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the town of Twin Peaks.
Pretty good. Bill Murray's the funniest man on the planet.
Episode by episode.
No, I think that's actually a personal question.
That's none of your damn business, and I'd like you to stay out of my personal
did he
affairs.
come or what?
Jesus Christ, Walter, there's just some things you don't talk about in public.
Is Justin cracked yet?
I don't know.
You
I
gotta
don't think
crack.
so.
Ooh,
You got to the end of this.
Season 2 might be changing.
No.
Changes.
Turning.
This episode, Justin finally got pubes.
You didn't tell me about my pubes, did you?
No.
Yeah, we having fun or what?
Having fun all day, every day.
Fun yet?
Exactly. Need to get that from Party Down as a clip. So Twin Peaks, huh?
Episode
6.
6. Cooper's Dreams.
Cooper. Now,
I love how we get to see Cooper like really fucking irritated in this one.
Yeah.
Like that's the first time we see him like truly kind of pissed off because he can't sleep because all the music coming from the hotel.
Yeah, the Icelandics are on
Diane,
his
it's
floor.
4:28 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off and I'm about to go on a spree of murder.
Mm-hmm.
The Icelandic singers on his group, the investors for Ghostwood, are there. So he's all pissed off. He goes out there in the morning, gets some coffee. Audrey comes up and is like, hey, I got the job at the department store. Maybe I can help with your investigation. And he's like, hold up. I only have time for coffee, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, he needed that coffee that day, too. Like, she's like, do you need coffee? And, like, the look of relief and pure joy in that man's face when he realizes, like, he's getting that coffee.
Yeah.
It's fucking special.
Jacques Renault's apartment, which, by the way...
your mom threw away your best porno mag.
Rip Walter.
Yes.
Who played Jacques Renault. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but Walter is his first name. Walter O., who played Jacques Renault, and another character who was related to him in The Return. Yeah, he passed away, so that's sad. He did a great job in the show. He's in a bunch of other stuff. Check him out on, the internets. His family, I think they're collecting funds and stuff. But anyway, we watched this episode, and it took place in his apartment for a little bit. Cooper's like, do you have any more donuts?
Yeah, and they have all those fucking donuts.
And he's like, yeah, I need coffee with that. And Andy's like, all right, I'll go get that. 'Cause he's his bitch, basically.
Yeah.
Then they're snooping around the apartment. Snoop around. They find a copy of Flesh World. Another copy.
And it says it's a swinger magazine or something on the cover. And there's like, and then Cooper's pretty well versed in this.
It's basically Craigslist before Craigslist. The you know what section, the casual encounters section.
Yeah, he's like reading that, and like Cooper knows all about that. Like he's made a few phone calls when he's traveled for the FBI. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean. He's a lonely
and I
fella.
don't think so. Cooper would never do that.
That's consenting adults. I think he might.
No, he wouldn't.
He might just beat off to the ads.
That's true. He's like, Flesh World.
But he was very familiar with that, so
because they had. That's another episode already. This is the second time we're seeing Flesh World.
Yeah, but I mean, he just.
It's already. Whatever.
He's just really into that magazine. That's all I'm going to say.
Cooper is a saint. He doesn't do that shit. He doesn't masturbate. He doesn't have a penis. He doesn't have reproductive organs under those little white pants.
Wait, are we talking about Dogma or Twin Peaks?
No, I was quoting Donnie Darko when he's talking about the Smurfs, how they don't have sex organs.
Yes, I know. When
Superhero sex organs.
I was going to say, when does Cooper wear white pants?
Exactly. I was referencing something else. Bobby and Shelley. This is funny as shit. Bobby's sitting there flirting after Shelley cooked him food or whatever. And she's in her robe. And he's basically like, yeah, sweet. I'm going to eat this breakfast, and then I'm going to nail Shelley on the table afterwards. Shelley on the table.
Yeah. In the house, that's not.
He's messing around with a gun, and he keeps pointing it at her face and shit, and at her while he's like motioning around with it.
And the fingers on the trigger.
And it's fucking hilarious. Like, it'd be so funny if they just pulled a Pulp Fiction and he accidentally blew her fucking head off.
Oh, God.
Well, she's like, what would you say to him if he walked through the door right now?
Mm-hmm. And he's he goes on this speech about how badass he would be and blow him away and shit or whatever.
And then they hear a car door shut, and he jumps up all scared.
Which is Andy, who comes, and he's like, hey, have you seen Leo? And she's like, no, why? Oh, nothing, something, you know. She interacts with him for a minute, and she tells him that somebody's, what does she say? Something that gives him a clue. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, if you hear from me, you give us a call. She basically puts more suspicion on him.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's trying to get out of that abusive marriage. She knows what's up.
And then Bobby's like, yeah, fucking do it, baby.
Yeah. The other part of this episode that really stood out to me was when you start learning about James a little bit more.
I hate James.
Yeah, his whole conversation, though, about his dad being a musician that left. He's like, I said my dad died. Well, I lied. He just left. And then he's like, my mom's a writer, but she's an alcoholic, so... And you're like, okay, so... And he doesn't... And he tells that in a way that, like, you don't really feel sympathetic for him. Like, he's trying to milk it, and it's kind of disgusting.
It's weird, because he's like, I understand if you don't like me because of this. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That's not a thing. She's going to feel sympathetic for you. I mean,
yeah.
Unless David Lynch is, or whoever wrote this specific episode is trying to come across as like... Yeah, I just lost my train of thought anyway because I don't care much.
He's just coming across as manipulative, or like it's like he's trying to like use her. He's trying to use this story to get to take advantage of her.
Yeah,
and like get sympathy and like.
It's like maybe James is unfamiliar with somebody sympathizing with him after he was with Laura, but yeah, still, I just hate James. So I don't care.
What else stands out on this one to you?
Well, Maddie talks to Donna and James about the secret place or something that Laura used to hide stuff that they're looking for.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that happens, and then Hank is listening to that. That's where they kind of introduce Hank, and he shows up. He's released from prison, Norma's husband.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he's involved with Ben and Leo as well. So he's a fucking criminal.
Oh, hands down, yeah, there's no question about it.
And then basically he agrees with Norma that he'll work there at the diner. So
yeah, to stay out of trouble. And then let's talk about that ending.
Well,
am I skipping something?
You're skipping lots of things here. Hold on. Bobby in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
This is the scene. This is Bobby's redeeming scene. Where you don't hate him for being like a fucking criminal punk. Because you find out that basically Laura turned him into a terrible person because she hated herself and she wanted to see that in other people. She wanted to be more comparable to people, and she hated herself, so she wanted to project that onto him and make him a terrible person. She made him sell drugs so she could do them. That's that. That's why he's in debt to Leo and shit. That's why he's dealing with all that. That's why she had all the fucking money in a lockbox.
Yeah, manipulation and stuff, yeah.
Which just makes her look like a cunt. But, it's Laura Palmer, and she had a really fucked up existence, so...
Yeah, if you've seen Fire Walk with Me, you understand that, so...
Let's see, that's the therapy with Dr. Jacoby. All that shit really just... That scene is great. Bobby breaks down and cries, because he's like, what happened when you had sex with Laura for the first time? or made love or something, he said. Did you cry? Bobby's like, what? And he's like, did you cry? And it's clearly that, like, Laura told Jacoby about these experiences. So he knows.
So he already knows.
He's already, he's invoking that in him.
Kind of manipulating him, too.
It is. It's fucked up, but it works.
Yeah.
That's
It's interesting because she had such an impact on so many people, and, like, you're seeing, like, how toxic it was in certain ways to everybody. And it's like the lingering effects are still going on.
They go out to the log lady's cabin. When they're looking for the other cabin, they find her, and she's like, you know, you guys are 2 days late, but whatever. You know, she says a bunch of cryptic, weird shit like the log lady does.
About the owl, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she explains, what does she fucking say? She gives him some more clues where Cooper's kind of like listening, and he's like, oh, I get it, I get what she's saying. I didn't write that part down. I should have written more down there, but... Audrey goes into the walls, psycho style.
Oh,
and is watching...
fucking looking through the eyes.
Catherine and Ben.
Yeah.
And she sees them start to fuck on the desk before she's like, let's burn the mill tonight. And he's like, listen, bitch, it's under control. Here's a breath mint also. And
perhaps some Monaco.
Leland dancing, come on. That's fucking great. When he's like losing his shit and he's like, no, go dance with him. Dance with him. And he makes fucking Catherine go over there and dance with him. Just to save face for everyone. Leo versus Shelley.
Round 2.
Fight. I got a clip for that.
Fight.
Basically.
She wins this round.
Damn right she does. She shoots his ass.
I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. My singing is laughable, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, she shoots that motherfucker. And then you come to the end of the episode, which is what I like to call fapping material.
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain?
Well, Cooper comes home, you see, back to the Great Northern Hotel, and he comes into his room, but it's open. Someone's in there, and he knows it. He pulls out his pistol. He opens the door, and he says into the darkness, turn on the lamp on the desk next to you, or the table side, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what he says.
You just lost that. You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, this is going really well, and then you're like,
No, so, yeah, it's Audrey. Audrey's in the dark, and she's naked in his bed, covering up herself, and he just looks at her like, ugh! And you can just tell, like, the blood is going from his head to his cock.
Ding.
But also, he's an upstanding man. What's he going to do? Is the next episode going to start with them smoking cigarettes in the bed? Or is it going to be him saying, Audrey, we can't do this unless we videotape it?
On the next episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Find out who gives a shit about Bigfoot.
Update. No one.
So fuck him. That's pretty much this episode, though. Good episode. Great series. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Amazing. It's good stuff.
Hopefully, if you're watching this and you haven't seen Twin Peaks, you're like, oh, maybe I should watch it and get in line with the podcast because we're on episode 6 already. You could binge episodes 1 through 6 this weekend if you wanted, and then be caught up.
Watch it before we spoil everything.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're getting close to real spoiler territory for this show too. Like the next couple episodes are gonna some real shit's gonna happen. So
shit's gonna get real.
Yeah, we look forward to that.
No, and if you've been listening for the last year, we really appreciate anyone who's taken time out of their day or week.
Yes.
To listen, watch, like, anything, interact. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
If you're one of the people who actually listens to these podcasts all the way through, especially because I feel like there's a lot of people who like probably listen to everything up until they're uninterested. You know what I mean? Like they probably lose interest with this shit. But I love you if you listen to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're not watching along to episode by episode, I get kind of going around that portion. But.
Yeah, but.
This is the part.
So remember, kids.
Smoke weed every day.
That's Alex's advice to live by.
Yes. I don't think we have anything else to talk about today. But happy anniversary to us.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Go get yourself some Ghostbuster cereal. Have yourself a good week. Get ready for the next episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Year 2 of this podcast is going to be pretty epic, so stick around, because the days of sniffing the dirt are over. Remember to like and subscribe if you're on our YouTube channel, and you can see our beautiful faces. Look at that mustache sit right atop that microphone. If you want to see that, go over to the youtube.com/thefrogbros. You can also hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of the annoying places that you hate to visit, but you do it anyway constantly, like all of us. Hit us up on those. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Night-night.
Bye.
These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner.
Shut this off. Shut these all off.